Welcome to NFL Imperialism. You may have seen this concept floating around YouTube, but I wanted to put my own spin on it by going through every season in the Super Bowl era and hopefully improving upon it. We simply spin a wheel with all the teams' names on it, then spin an arrow to see what direction they will take from their place on the map. Landing on another team's territory will give us that game. For a more thorough breakdown of how imperialism works, be sure to check out the beginning of our initial video of the 1966 season. That is linked down in the description below. Beneath that is a link to the imperialism playlist consisting of all completed imperialism seasons to date. Otherwise, we are ready to start. The decade of the 2000s is coming to a close, and with it, we had something happen in the NFL that hadn't happened in 16 seasons. It's kind of surprising to think that since the Cowboys and the Bills met in Super Bowl 28, that no other season until this one had a Super Bowl matchup of the two #1 seeds from each conference. But that's exactly what happened here in the 2009 season. And with it, we got ourselves a first-time Super Bowl champion. Super Bowl 44 was a matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints, and despite being somewhat heavy favorites, the Colts fell to the Saints, giving the Big Easy its first actual Super Bowl championship after hosting the game itself so many times over the years. The Saints may have been the consensus underdogs, but that did not translate to our rankings, as they hold the #1 spot. Our second straight season where the reigning Super Bowl champs have done so. The Colts actually have to settle for the #4 spot, looking up at our two-time defending Imperialism champion, the Patriots, and Imperialism's most winning team in the Vikings. The bottom three of this bottom five is truly dreadful, and if either the Raiders, Lions, or Rams win a game this season, it would be pretty miraculous. It's time to get 2009 Imperialism underway. We're ready to get straight to the field here. The wheel's going to land on the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to head east for the second straight season. The Eagles are going to play in the opening game. This one will be on the road against the New York Giants. The Eagles are clinging to a 15-10 lead in the third quarter. On 3rd and 11, Donovan McNabb is looking to go deep. This goes to Deshaun Jackson, makes a diving catch just short of the 20-yard line. He is fighting to stay alive. The Giants finally take him down. A 41-yard gain leading to this touchdown pass. That's Jason Avant coming out from the slot, giving the Eagles a 22-10 lead. They're going to score another one before the Giants tack on 8 more, and we get this weird-looking final score of 29-18. The Eagles win. We mentioned the Eagles played in the first game of last season's Imperialism. That one didn't go so well. This one went a lot better. They will take over the territory of the New York Giants, and 2009 Imperialism has its first game in the books. Let's get right back to it. This wheel is just going to get past the Bengals and hit the Browns, but the arrow is going to take them right back to the Bengals. This game, the Battle of Ohio, will be in Cincinnati. And it's been a very sloppy game. Fumbles, turnovers, blocked kicks. The Bengals, after recovering a Brady Quinn fumble, get this touchdown pass from Carson Palmer to Andre Caldwell. And to add to the misery, they simply missed the extra point. The 6-0 lead becomes a 16-6 final score victory. I've stated for the record that low-scoring games can be just as exciting, if not more so, than high-scoring games. This wasn't it. That said, the Bengals will take over the Browns' territory. They are the victors of the Battle of Ohio and now own the state. We get right back into this. The wheel will select the Chicago Bears. They're going to head to the east, putting them on the field of the reigning AFC champion Indianapolis Colts. We've seen the Colts have trouble with the Bears in the past. Might that happen again? Let's get on the field and find out. The Colts face a 3rd and goal in the first quarter. From the 4-yard line, Peyton Manning gets this pass off. Reggie Wayne will make the catch for the touchdown. The Colts are trying to avoid the Bears' pratfalls they've had in the past. They lead 7-0. Now in the second quarter, TJ rushing, set to receive this punt, gets it to the 30-yard line, a 7-yard pickup. He's still fighting for yards, and that ball is going to come loose. The Bears are going to swarm on it and pick it up. That's wide receiver Earl Bennett with the scoop and score, and the Colts are doing it to themselves again. Chicago's done nothing in this game, yet it's tied at 7-7. We're now in the second half. The Colts lead 10-7. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Peyton Manning, Reggie Wayne, they only need a sliver of space. That's what they had, and that was a touchdown. Indy is now up 17-7. The Bears are moving it. They're at the Colts 25-yard line. Jay Cutler has time in the pocket, fires it to the back of the end zone, and Devin Hester will drop it. Oh my. So it's now 3rd and 10. Cutler is going to look toward Hester again, trying to make up for it, and he does. That's what you do. Your guy screws up, you go right back to him. The Hester touchdown will make it 17-14. The Colts offense has gone stagnant. Pat McAfee is back to punt. Takes forever to punt it, and the Bears block it. The punting game has been disastrous here. But this is a sack from Dwight Freeney on 2nd and goal. Freeney will break through again on 3rd down to get a sack. So on 4th down, it's going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt. Robbie Gould puts it up and puts it through. This game is now tied. Indy needs to take it by the scruff of the neck. They're at their own 36-yard line. Manning looking downfield, goes deep. Dallas Clark catches it in perfect stride. They did not waste any time here. The 64-yard touchdown from Manning to Clark makes it 24-17. Chicago on the comeback trail. They're facing a 4th and 3 in their own territory. Matt Forte cuts inside. The Colts will stop it though. They're able to kill off some clock. Matt Stover from 34 yards to put this game away. The kick is up. It's no good. So Chicago now has life. 55 seconds to go. The Colts change up their defense. Cutler stands in the backfield, has time, fires deep to Greg Olsen, has to temporarily stop to make the catch. He drags himself down to the 1-yard line. Okay, 24 seconds to go. The Colts will crowd the line. The Bears respond by dropping into the shotgun. Here comes Dwight Freeney. He's a monster in this game. That's his 4th sack. So the Bears' calculus has changed. 14 seconds to go. They're just going to pitch it away from Freeney. Forte gets around the edge, and his time expires. Will score the touchdown. The Colts have fallen on their face once again. The Bears cut it within 1. They will kick the extra point. But here comes Dwight Freeney. He doesn't block it. The kick is up. The kick is in. And this game, naturally at 24-24, is heading for overtime. The Bears get it first and quickly face a 3rd and 1. Cutler will hand it off to Forte, and Dwight Freeney swallows him. The Colts now have it. It's 3rd and 9. Manning in the shotgun. Goes to Reggie Wayne. Catches it at the 35. Gets it down inside the 15. He is still fighting for yardage, and he goes down. That was a 44-yard game. Matt Stover is going to come out, try to redeem himself from 32 yards away. It is good. And the Indianapolis Colts, despite themselves, beat the Bears in overtime, 27-24. There just appears to be something about this matchup that brings out the worst in the Colts. But a win is a win. They will take over the Chicago Bears territory, and they're moving on. After our first round of expansion, we've now got a game on tap. The Jacksonville Jaguars face off with the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. The Falcons offense is humming in the first quarter. They've taken it to the Jaguar 15. Matt Ryan scans the field, fires to Roddy White. That's a touchdown, and before the quarter is over, they're going to get another one here on this pitch out to Jason Snelling. So as the first quarter comes to a close, the Falcons lead 14-0. The Jaguars will not be going away quietly. They've driven it down to the 6-yard line. This is a draw play to Maurice Jones-Drew. Dives his way into the end zone. The Jaguars are finding themselves back in this game at 14-7. Their defense is going to need to play better. They're faced with a 3rd and 1. They will bring the defense to the line. The Falcons change their play. This is going to be a pass. Matt Ryan finds Roddy White on the crosser. He's going to take it down to about the 1-yard line, but they will force the field goal, so it's 17-7. Time ticking away in the first half. David Garrard rolls out, takes off down the sideline. He is inside the 20, inside the 10. They get him down, and the Jaguars will settle for a field goal. So it's 17-10 in the third quarter. Jacksonville at their own 39-yard line. Garrard fires the tight end, Mercedes Lewis. He'll get a nice gain, getting Jacksonville in the field goal range at the very least. They've now taken it to the Atlanta 11-yard line. Garrard hangs in the pocket, fires to Mike Sims Walker, making a great diving catch. That's going to tie things up here at 17 apiece. Unless the Jaguars have an idea to go for 2, and they will. They have something in mind here. They trail by 1, of course. A 2-point conversion will get them up by 1. From the 2-yard line, this is Jones-Drew. It's actually a fake to him, but they're going to throw it to him. That's a conversion, and they lead 18-17. They have the ball back at their own 25-yard line. Garrard looking for Sims Walker downfield. He airmails it. Chris Houston with the interception. He will go down. Atlanta doesn't do much with it, but the defense steps up again, and they're forcing a punt from inside the 10-yard line. Adam Podlish takes forever to punt it, and it's blocked, and it's picked up by Jonathan Babineau for the touchdown. What is it with these punters not being able to get their punts off? Atlanta takes the lead back at 24-18. Mike Thomas takes the ensuing kickoff, and he's making some moves, getting out past midfield. This is a great play with 1:27 left to go. It's now 2nd down from the 44-yard line. Garrard hanging in the pocket. As the pressure comes, he gets it off. This is Torrey Holt in his 1 season as a Jaguar, scoring the touchdown. That ties the game at 24. I accidentally skipped over the extra point, which they missed. This game is heading to overtime, our 2nd straight game heading to overtime, both of them tied at 24 apiece. Atlanta has the ball first. They've been slowly moving it downfield. Now Matt Ryan looks like he's taking a shot downfield. Roddy White makes a nice diving catch. He's done a lot in this game for the Falcons. From the Jacksonville 33-yard line, Ryan goes across the middle to Michael Jenkins. He will haul it in to end this game. The Jaguars screw up an extra point at the end of regulation and pay for it dearly. The Falcons win this game in overtime, 30-24. That bit about the extra point is certainly true, but the Falcons did allow Jacksonville back into this game after taking leads of 14-0 and 17-7. Atlanta will take over Jacksonville's territory. Survive and advance is the name of the game, and that's what they did. We got an easy one on the wheel this time. It's going to be landing on the Dolphins. They've got nowhere else to go. They're going to Tampa to face the Buccaneers. This game's pretty easy too. From the 5-yard line, the Dolphins lead 14-7. This touchdown pass goes to Anthony Fasano. That will extend the lead out to 21-7. That was the halftime score. Not much went down in the second half. Final score of this game, Miami wins 31-10. So after a couple of overtime thrillers, the Dolphins take care of the putrid Bucs in this one. They take over Tampa's territory, and they now have Southern Florida all to themselves. We've eliminated 5 teams now. The next team up on the wheel are the Raiders. They're going to head down south. So the Chargers got to wait till the title game to play last season. Won't be the case now. The Chargers will host Oakland. The Raiders are making a move here. They've gotten down to the Charger 23-yard line in the first quarter. This pass from Jamarcus Russell is caught. Diving catch in the end zone by Darius Hayward-Bay. Oakland gets out to a 7-0 lead. The Chargers are now on the move. They're on the Oakland 22-yard line. Phillip Rivers looks for Vincent Jackson, and we've had dueling diving touchdown catches. Jackson's touchdown makes this game 7-0. Before the half is over, the teams will exchange touchdowns. That's Vincent Jackson, his second of the game. This pitch goes to Darren McFadden. He gets in. We're 14-14 in the second half. The Chargers are in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, Phillip Rivers is going to scramble. He is going to be very close to the first down, but he will not get it. Field goal makes it 17-14. The Raiders are on the edge of the goal line, and Michael Bush takes it in for the touchdown. So this terrible Raider team has a 21-17 lead at San Diego in the fourth quarter. The Chargers are facing a 3rd and short. In Raider territory, LaDainian Tomlinson will just pick up the first down at the 2-minute warning. From the 30-yard line, still trailing by 4. Rivers looks to Mr. Reliable Vincent Jackson, makes the catch, fighting for yardage, taken down at the 13-yard line. 1:43 on the clock. Rivers will drop back once again, scramble out of the pocket, goes to Jackson, his 3rd touchdown catch of the game. The Chargers take the lead 24-21. The Raiders are going to be on the comeback trail. They have fallen to 3rd and 18. Jamarcus Russell is going to look for Lewis Murphy. That is an awful pass out of bounds. It's now 4th and 18. This is it for the Raiders. Russell scanning the field, goes to Hayward-Bay. Another terrible pass. How were the Raiders even in this game? In the end, they will fall to San Diego. Final score 24-21. This isn't some nothing Charger team. They went 13-3 in the regular season. Of course, they lost in the playoffs in the first round. That's what they did. But a win's a win, as we've been saying. The Chargers will take over the Raiders' territory, and they are in control of Southern California. We're now going to be getting our first team on the field for the second time. The Eagles are selected on the wheel. They've already taken out the Giants. Now they're going to go and try to take out the Jets. Much easier said than done, though. This Jets defense is dominant. And with a 16-0 lead, Brad Smith makes this touchdown reception in the back of the end zone, extending the Jet lead to 23-0. By the end of it, this was a bloody massacre. 44-9 is our final score. This Jets team surprised many by making it to the AFC title game in 2009, but because of this excellent defense, they are a top 5 team. They take over the Eagles' territory, moving deeper into the map. We continue staying on the field, and it's the Jets who went back on it. They're going on the road this time against their division rival, the Buffalo Bills. We had a defensive scoreless first half. Now in the second half, the Jets, Mark Sanchez looks deep, takes the hit, gets it up to Braylon Edwards, who makes the catch, breaking this game's gridlock. It is 7-0 New York. Now Buffalo seems inspired by the offense, and they've driven it down to the Jet 29-yard line, trying to breach this defense. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws it up. This is Terrell Owens making the diving catch. Not many people may remember he played for Buffalo. He certainly did. He made this catch. This is now a 7-6 game because the Jets come up and block the extra point. They have the ball now and they're moving. It's still the third quarter. From the 30-yard line, Mark Sanchez is going to go short to Jericho Cotchery. That's going to be well short of the first down. Jay Feely will come out for the 43-yard field goal. It's good. The Jets extend out to a 10-6 lead. Buffalo is at their own 41-yard line. Fitzpatrick looks again for Owens. He makes a diving catch, escapes the tackle, gets a nice gain out of this to inside the 20-yard line. They have now moved it to 3rd and 2. This run to Fred Jackson is blown up in the backfield, and with 2:46 left in the game, Buffalo's going to settle for 3 and count on their defense. This is Ryan Lindell coming out from 33 yards out. It's a little shaky, but it's good. So now it's 10-9. The Jets have taken control. They have 3rd and 10 at their own 39. They're just going to run Thomas Jones up the middle. Buffalo's defense steps up, but it's now 4th and 1. Fitzpatrick drops back, is immediately swallowed whole by the defense, and that's going to do it. The Jets win this game on account of that blocked extra point, 10-9. And also on account of Buffalo kicking that field goal when they maybe could have been a little more aggressive. The Jets in our 8th game become the first team to win twice. They take over the Bills' territory. They have the biggest presence right now in the Northeast, but they are surrounded by both the Steelers and the Patriots. We might have some excellent games coming ahead. We're getting the Battle of Texas as Houston will be traveling to face the Cowboys. The Texans will be wearing the uniforms of the already eliminated New York Giants. Houston trails 17-13 in the 3rd quarter. Both teams make changes at the line. The handoff is going to go to Steve Slayton. He's met in the backfield and he fumbles. Terrence Newman forces that fumble. The Cowboys pick it up. They're running it back. This is Igor Olshansky. They're going to catch up to him, but he breaks the tackle and takes it in all the way for the touchdown. Houston scored on a scoop and 6 earlier. Dallas returns the favor. It's 24-13. The teams exchange touchdowns before the end. Dallas wins 31-20. The Texans had shown out a little bit in the last couple of imperialisms. This one, they couldn't get it done. The Cowboys will take over their territory. They now own the states of Texas and Oklahoma. For the second time, the wheel's going to be landing on the Miami Dolphins, and for the second time, there's only one place for them to go, to Atlanta to face the Falcons. We're tied at 7 in the 2nd quarter. The Falcons have it at their own 35. Michael Turner goes up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's taking off. The Dolphins give chase. They're able to get him down at the 30-yard line. That leads to a field goal. It's 10-7 as we enter the second half. The Dolphins have driven it to the 32. Chad Henne lifts this up. Greg Camarillo goes up to make the catch inside the 5-yard line. On the very next play, Ricky Williams takes it into the end zone off the draw. This will give the Dolphins the lead at 14-10. We're still in the 3rd quarter. Atlanta has taken it down to the Miami 46-yard line. The pitch goes to Jason Snelling. This Atlanta run game is on point today. He picks up well over 30 yards on this play down at the 14-yard line. That leads to this Michael Jenkins touchdown reception. So the Falcons have now retaken the lead at 17-14. Miami will now be looking to respond. They're at their own 46-yard line. This pitch goes out to Ricky Williams. He hits the edge fast, picks up a first down and a lot more. 2 different guys, 3 different guys try to take him down, breaks all those tackles, breaks another one, then turns on the speed. This is classic, old school Ricky Williams at work here. We're still in the 3rd quarter, and Miami has retaken the lead at 21-17. We head now to the 4th quarter. The Falcons are inside the 50-yard line, trying to get their passing game going now. Matt Ryan has plenty of time, looks deep to Michael Jenkins. He'll make the catch. He keeps on running, and they finally get him down at around the 3-yard line. Here on 1st and goal, the pitch goes to Snelling. Miami makes the stop. 2nd and goal. Turner around the edge, stopped for a loss. 3rd and goal. They're going to run Turner off left tackle. He gets back the yardage he lost, but it's now 4th down. They're at the 1-yard line to pitch to Snelling. He will dive short of the end zone. So Miami takes over, and they've driven the ball into Atlanta territory. Ricky Williams trying to put the game away, but he fumbles. That's Eric Coleman knocking the ball loose. The Falcons pick it up, and they're trying to get a good run back here. From the 41-yard line, they break that tackle, take it past midfield. Miami gives chase, finally take him down at the 35. This is their chance to take the lead once again. Matt Ryan looking downfield. He goes to Roddy White, makes a diving catch. Miami had a goal line stand last time. Can they do it again? 1st and goal from the 2. They're crowding the line. Atlanta changes the play. They're not going to try to run it this time. Ryan looks for Roddy White, making the touchdown catch. Indeed, that is the game-winning touchdown catch. Atlanta takes a 24-21 lead, and they get out of here with that same 24-21 victory. Atlanta's gotten to host 2 games in this Imperialism. They've snuck out victories in both of them. They will take over the Dolphins' territory. They're not quite in isolation, but the way these borders are set up, there's going to need to be some expansion before they get back on the field again. We're now set for the most intriguing matchup available on this map. The Vikings will head east to face the Packers. This game got a lot of attention in 2009. Of course, it was new Vikings quarterback Brett Favre going to Green Bay to play against his old team. But it's not Favre versus the Packers. It's the Vikings versus the Packers. And we're getting this game right now. Green Bay gets it first and marches right down the field. From the 13-yard line, Aaron Rodgers fires to Greg Jennings for the easy touchdown. Green Bay has no problem taking control of this game. They go ahead 7-0. Of course, the Vikings are going to be looking to respond. They've taken the ball to their own 42-yard line. Brett Favre steps back to pass, looks for Sidney Rice. This is airmailed and intercepted by Packer corner Al Harris. Favre is known to throw an interception or 2 during his career. But the Vikings defense gets the stop and forces the punt. Darius Reynaldo will fumble that return. The Packers get on the ball, and this is a slow motion race to the end zone. That's won by Packer O-lineman Darren College. The Packers have control. The crowd's going crazy. It's 14-0. Minnesota, though, responds to this deep touchdown pass to tight end Vicente Shanko. Shanko will catch another one in traffic. So Minnesota has gotten themselves right back in it. We're tied up at 14. They get the ball back with precious little time remaining in the first half. The Packers move the defense forward. Minnesota will drop back the pass. Favre holds it, goes deep to Sidney Rice. There's nobody there. They're giving chase, but they're running out of space, and as time expires, the Packers defense collapses to end the first half, and the Vikings have stormed back into the lead at 21-14. It's now 24-14. They have the ball again. A touchdown on this drive would end things most likely. This pass to Percy Harvin is badly overthrown. Tramon Williams is there for the pick. So the Packers are down 10 in the fourth quarter now, but they have the ball. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Rodgers, time in the pocket, goes to Greg Jennings. That's how they started this game. Touchdown, Green Bay. That will make this a 24-20 game. Green Bay is going to line up to go for 2. 4:18 left in the game. This would give them a chance to kick a field goal for the win. Rodgers has time, has space. He holds it too long, and he goes down. 24-20 it remains. Yet they get the ball back. They're facing a 3rd and 11. Rodgers is going to take off running. The 26-yard line is his target. He gets out of bounds right after that. 1st down. They now have it at the 11-yard line. 1:37 left in this game. Rodgers throws. Donald Driver incomplete. Come back here on 2nd down. 1:29 left. The pressure comes. The Packers pick it up, but Favre rushes his throw to James Jones. 3rd and 10.
This is 4-down territory for sure. This pass goes to Donald Driver. Takes a hit but holds on to the ball. And the Packers gave up a 14-0 lead, but have now taken it back at 27-24. Minnesota can strike quickly. We saw that in the first half. They call an audible 58 seconds ago. It's a direct snap to Adrian Peterson. He's held up and he breaks through and he's running off to the races and he gets them the ball in long field goal range, but certainly field goal range. We have 35 seconds remaining. Another audible by the Vikings and another pitch to Peterson this time. He gets the edge, turns the corner. Might he win it right here? Breaks the tackle, but the Packers get a hold of him. So with 11 seconds to go, Ryan Longwell, another former Packer, will try this 24-yard field goal. It's shaky, but it's good, and this game is giving us what we deserve, overtime. We're going there tied up at 27 apiece. Minnesota gets it first. They have it at their own 40-yard line. Brett Favre is going to look for Sidney Rice. That's picture perfect from one 40-yard line to the other. Green Bay's defense needs a play here. Minnesota turns back to Adrian Peterson. The pitch right picks up the first down, and he's got it down into the 25-yard line, field goal range for sure. But it's 3rd and 8. They're looking for something more. Favre drops back. He's going to go to Bernard Berrian, who stretches out to make the catch, breaking the collective hearts of Green Bay and the entire state of Wisconsin. Minnesota, in overtime, wins this game 33-27. I dare say this game was better than the one they played in the real 2009 season, certainly living up to the hype. The Vikings will take over the Packers' territory. This is our 11th game this season, and 3 have gone to overtime. What might be in store the rest of the way?
Our next elimination will leave us with 20 teams. The Redskins are chosen on the wheel. They're going to head north to face off with the Baltimore Ravens, who will be wearing the uniforms of the Buffalo Bills. Washington trails 3-0 in the second quarter, but they're at the Baltimore 10-yard line. Jason Campbell's going to find Santana Moss. He will run it in the rest of the way. We have the game's first touchdown. The Redskins lead now 7-3. The Ravens are on the march. They've taken it down to the 11-yard line. Joe Flacco pitches it out to Ray Rice. He cuts outside. He's met by 2 or 3 defenders, but he breaks away from all of them and scoots his way into the end zone. Baltimore now leads 10-7. Washington pulls back a field goal. We enter the second half now tied at 10 apiece. Washington's at the Baltimore 17. Play action pass. Campbell goes to Malcolm Kelly. Makes a great diving catch. Kelly's had a nice game. This touchdown makes it 17-10 for Washington. Baltimore now will take their turn. They're at their own 36-yard line. Flacco drops back the pass, goes to Derek Mason, makes the catch, picks up lots of yardage afterwards, gets it down to the 25-yard line. On the very next play, 2:20 left in the third quarter. Flacco will probably look for Mason again. He does, and this was the Derek Mason drive. Catching that touchdown, bodying the defender, cutting it down to a 1-point game, and at 17-16, they're going to go for 2. Ray Rice is just going to get across the goal line, so Baltimore now leads by 1. In the fourth quarter, the Redskins face 3rd and 5. Jason Campbell's going to look deep to Antoine Randall L. Big conversion there. Washington keeps their drive alive. They're now facing 3rd and 19. Out of the shotgun, Campbell steps up in the pocket, finds Randall L. again, this time on the slant. He will pick up the first down, keeping the drive alive. It is 3rd down again, 3rd and goal from the 4. This pitch is going to go to Clinton Portis. He finds the edge, dives into the end zone, putting Washington back into the lead at 23-18. That's where it stays because Washington missed their 2-point conversion. Troy Smith is now in for the injured Joe Flacco on 3rd and 13. His pass is knocked away at the line. With 1:29 to go, they're forced to go for it on 4th and 13. Smith runs out of the pocket, going for the first down. He gets taken down. The measurement's out, and they are going to be just short. And from here, Washington runs out the clock, and in a bit of an upset, go to Baltimore and win this game 23-18. Yet another close game in 2009 Imperialism. The Road Warrior Redskins take over the territory of the Baltimore Ravens, and as we said earlier, 20 teams now remain. After getting in quite a bit of expansion, it's the Redskins who are getting back on the field, this time at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been a sloppy, turnover-filled game, but the Redskins are making a move here in the second quarter. This pass from Jason Campbell is intercepted by Tyrone Carter. He breaks a tackle, gets away, breaks another tackle, and now he is off to the races. It was James Harrison who forced the bad pass. Carter picks it off, runs it back all the way in for the touchdown. That makes this a 7-0 game. The Redskins will end this game with those 0 points. Pittsburgh wins it 24-0. In the end, the Steelers turned it over 3 times. The Redskins turned it over 5 times. Pittsburgh wins the game. They take over the Redskins' territory, and the Northeast has been greatly whittled down now. We head back to the wheel where we're once again going to get the Minnesota Vikings on the field. Now they're heading to Detroit. This would be quite an upset if the Lions could win this. Let's check it out. They've been keeping it close because of Minnesota turnovers, but it's 10-0 in the third quarter when Brett Favre finds Sidney Rice for the touchdown. At this point, the Vikings had turned the ball over 4 times, yet still lead this game 17-0. By the time it's all over, they turned it over 5 times, yet they still win it 24-8. And those 5 turnovers came against none for the Lions. I had to look it up. Apparently 3 times an NFL team has won a game with a -7 point differential, so it's not completely unheard of. The Vikings take over the Lions' territory, but if they want to advance much further, they're going to have to cut those turnovers way down. The Seattle Seahawks will be finding themselves on the field a little earlier than they're accustomed to. They're heading to Arizona to face the Cardinals. And boy, did this game get away from them very quickly. Arizona scores 4 touchdowns in the second quarter, 3 of them on the defensive side of the ball, in an absolute rout of the Seahawks, winning this game 59-3. Thanks for coming, Seattle. The Cardinals will take over their territory, and they are surrounding the final 2 teams left on the West Coast. We continue along here. The wheel will select the Cincinnati Bengals. The arrow is going to send them into the territory of their division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lots of field goals in this one. Pittsburgh leads 20-16 on the edge of the goal line. This is Willie Parker taking the handoff, getting into the end zone. Parker in this game for the injured Rashard Mendenhall scores his 2nd touchdown, extending the Steeler lead to 27-16. They will add a field goal before it's done. They win this game 30-16. Cincinnati had their chances in this one, but had trouble finding the end zone. The Steelers take advantage. They take over the Bengals' territory, and we've now eliminated half the teams in 2009 Imperialism. It's time to head back to the West Coast here. The Chargers are selected on the wheel. They only have 2 places they can go, and they went to the biggest place they could find, the territory of the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona moves it into the Charger red zone on their first drive. Kurt Warner looks for Anquan Bolden, wraps that around the defender basically, giving the Cardinals the early 7-0 lead. The Chargers will get the ball next on their first play from scrimmage. They're lined up at their own 28-yard line. Rivers drops back to pass, has time, lets it go late, and that's Antonio Gates running under it. A great 42-yard gain there. They take a sack on first down. Here on second down, Rivers has time again, finds Gates in the middle of the field, leaps over a tackle, spins away from several others. That's a tight end making that play. Antonio Gates, a 38-yard touchdown reception. He has 80 receiving yards in the first quarter. At a 7-7 tie, the Chargers have it again. We're now in the second quarter. Phillip Rivers drops it off to LaDainian Tomlinson. He cuts through the middle and picks up a lot of good yardage here. The Chargers will have to settle for a field goal. It's 10-7. Arizona now has it on the next drive from their own 35-yard line. Kurt Warner hangs in the pocket, goes deep to Larry Fitzgerald, makes the catch at the 33-yard line. They've now moved it up to the 7-yard line where it's first and goal. Warner spreads the field and will find tight end Anthony Becht in the middle for the touchdown. The Cardinals have taken the lead at 14-10. Lots of passing in this game. The aerial show will continue. They have the ball again at their own 47. Warner will once again go deep to Larry Fitzgerald. He runs under it, makes the catch. First down, Arizona. That leads to a field goal. It's now in the second half. It's 17-10. The Chargers trail, but with the ball, Phillip Rivers goes very deep to Darren Sproles. Gets away from the defenders and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown. As both teams continue to air the ball out, we're tied up at 17. The Chargers have gotten the ball again. It's now in the fourth quarter. From their own territory, Rivers goes to Vincent Jackson. He announces his presence, picking up some good yardage here down to the 20-yard line. A few plays later, it's now first and goal from the 9. The Cardinals back up the D expecting a pass. A pass is what they get, and they still can't stop it. Vincent Jackson, bigger and stronger than the defenders, makes the touchdown catch. The Chargers have gotten themselves back into the lead at 24-17. The Cardinals not to be undone at their own 36-yard line. The comeback begins. They go deep to Fitzgerald. Someone's going to have to try to stop this man. He takes it down to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals now face 4th and 4. You think they want to go to Fitzgerald here. Warner will go to him, but he waits too long, and the defenders knock it away. So the Chargers have the ball. They have a chance to run out the clock. They're at midfield. This is Tomlinson up the middle. He is stripped of the ball by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Unbelievable play there. The Cardinals recover. They have life. They have little time, though. 51 seconds to go. This is a play-action pass. Warner goes deep to Fitzgerald. He'll make the catch at the 14-yard line. There are now 31 seconds remaining. Warner, another play action, will go to Anquan Bolden. It's knocked away. 21 seconds to go. It's nice to have these options. Warner will go to Bolden again, and he gets his feet down in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals with 9 seconds remaining. That's going to tie things up. This is going to be our 4th overtime game in this Imperialism, and the 3rd that will go to overtime, tied at 24. The Chargers get the ball first. They're facing 3rd and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Here comes the pass rush. Darnell Dockett takes him down for the sack. But the Chargers will get the ball again, facing 3rd and 18. Just inside midfield, and the defense comes up big again. This time, Calais Campbell with the sack. So can the Cardinals offense take advantage of the opportunities given to them by their defense? Warner looking deep. Could it be Fitzgerald again? He's done it again. This time he'll take it into the end zone for the game-winning 50-yard touchdown in overtime. The Cardinals, in this seesaw aerial masterpiece of a game, take the victory at home, 30 24. That fumble by LaDainian Tomlinson proves even more devastating when you consider that this was his final season as a Charger. The Cardinals will take over their territory. The 49ers have yet to move from their spot. Otherwise, the Cardinals own the West Coast. This wheel spin is gonna be close. It's just getting past the Steelers, hitting the Jets instead, but the Jets will be heading to face the Steelers in Pittsburgh. The winner of this game will be the first team this season with 3 victories. We're locked in a 13-13 tie in the fourth quarter. The Steelers are close to the end zone here. This reverse goes to Santonio Holmes, leaps over a tackle, gets into the end zone to break the tie. Pittsburgh gets ahead 20-13, and from this point, the floodgates opened up. They score 2 more times and win this game in the end handily, 34-13. The Steelers indeed will become the first team this season with 3 victories. They will take over the territory of the New York Jets, and they own almost the entire Northeast. Only the pesky Patriots remain. We're getting a first-timer this season on the wheel. The 49ers are chosen, and this is really easy. They're completely surrounded by the Arizona Cardinals. This will be our next game. The Niners have kept it close. It's only a 3-point game as the first half comes to an end. Kurt Warner stands in the pocket, plenty of time, gets a deep pass out to Anquan Bolden. The Niners are going to catch him at the 5-yard line, but he essentially curb stomps that opponent, breaks the tackle, and scores the touchdown as the first half expires. That made it 17-7. They blew it open in the fourth quarter. The final score of this game, 33-7. The Cardinals won their first game this season in an epic blowout, their second one in overtime. This one was kind of in the middle. They will take over the 49ers territory, and this is the first time the Cardinals have won 3 games in a single imperialism since 1980 when they were still in St. Louis. Our push to the end continues. We get another first-time team. The Carolina Panthers will step up and head to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Our last 6 games have rotated between Steelers and Cardinals. The pattern continues. Pittsburgh hosts next. The Panthers have brought their A game. They lead 6-0 in the second half. Jake Delhomme hit as he throws, but gets it off to Muhsin Muhammad, who's got just enough speed to outrun the Steeler defense, giving his team a 13-0 lead. Their defense gets the ball right back. They're sitting at midfield. This is going to be a reverse to Steve Smith. He gets around the corner, cuts between 2 guys. He's taking off, uses his agility. The Steelers give chase, finally get him down at the 4-yard line. That play worked so well that they're going to run it again on 3rd and goal. Smith will run it in for the touchdown. The Steelers have really let this game get away from them. They're going to be trailing 20-0 as we enter the fourth quarter. They finally get the offense into gear. They're facing a 4th and 1. It's not quite 4th and goal. They're going to try their own reverse to Santonio Holmes. Cuts it outside, gets in for the touchdown. So the Steelers are finally on the board. They trail 20-7. Their defense gets it right back to them. They're all the way back at their own 19-yard line. 2:08 to go. Ben Roethlisberger is going to scan the field, dump it off to tailback Rashard Mendenhall. He cuts through a couple of guys and gets it past midfield. That's a big pickup there for the Steelers. Time is not on their side, though. 58 seconds remaining from the 28-yard line. This pass goes to Santonio Holmes. He'll make the catch, score his second touchdown of the quarter. With this extra point, they've now cut it down to 20-14. If they can get this onside kick, this is going to put this game in jeopardy for the Panthers. The kick is down, and Pittsburgh recovers. Could they complete an amazing comeback here? There's only 14 seconds left. Steeler receivers go deep, but Roethlisberger tries to dump it off to Willie Parker, an ill-advised throw that's intercepted by Richard Marshall. The clock reads 0. The Panthers pull off the upset, beating the Steelers in Pittsburgh, 20-14. add this game onto the list of Steeler frustrations in Imperialism. They've won 3 games, but they're out now. The Panthers will take over their territory. 20 teams have been eliminated, 12 remain. Of those 12, 6 have yet to see the field. In fact, 4 of them have not even moved from their original starting point. We won't be getting a first-time team in this round, though. We're getting a heavyweight matchup. The Minnesota Vikings will travel to face the Indianapolis Colts. These are 2 top 5 teams, and in many people's eyes, this was meant to be the Super Bowl in 2009. Let's see how this game plays out. This is a tie ball game, 14 apiece in the second half. This direct snap goes to Joseph Adai, wrapped up the 4-yard line, but he drags his way into the end zone. The Colts methodically move it down and score the touchdown. Matt Stover will miss the extra point though, so it remains 20-14. Now Minnesota has taken the ball down to the Colts 16. Adrian Peterson up the middle. He's wrapped up at the 6, but he drags himself into the end zone. Dueling touchdowns here. The Colts will block the extra point, so we remain tied at 20 apiece. Minnesota gets it back. They're facing a 3rd down in their own territory. Adrian Peterson is back at it, cuts inside, all the way across the field, jams out to the 43-yard line, keeping this drive alive. On the very next play, just over 3 minutes left in the game. Brett Favre will find Sidney Rice, gets away from multiple defenders. He's at the 5, gets away again and scores the touchdown. The back and forth action here has gone back to Minnesota. It's 27-20. The Colts have it, but it's 4th and 7 at their own 30-yard line. Peyton Manning forces a pass to Dallas Clark. It's incomplete. The Vikings take over, score again, and win this game in Indianapolis, 33-20. We talked about the Steelers' frustrations. The Colts have them too. Pittsburgh has an Imperialism title to lean on. The Colts do not, and they will not win it this season either. The Vikings will take over their territory. The top 2 teams in our rankings, the Patriots and the Saints, have yet to see the field, but it might not be a big stretch to name the Vikings the favorites. The Broncos have expanded 3 times. It's now time for them to take the field. They'll be welcoming the red-hot Arizona Cardinals. And red-hot they remain. They lead 21-0 in the 3rd quarter. Tim Hightower comes out of the backfield and Kurt Warner will find him in the end zone for the touchdown, extending the Cardinal lead to 28-0. They showed no mercy in this game. Denver never really had a chance. They go down 42-7. And with that victory, the Cardinals will take over the Broncos' territory. We've talked about the Vikings as a potential favorite. The way Arizona can score basically at will, they too must be considered a favorite. It's time to get a new team on the field. The wheel will land on the Tennessee Titans. This is a photo finish. Now the center of the Titans logo is a little deceiving because of all the flames coming off the T. So this is the center, and as we back up the map, we can see that this is hitting the territory of the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be our next game. Carolina opens the game with a quick touchdown, then on the ensuing kickoff, Hollis Thomas will force the fumble of Kenny Britt. It's picked up by D lineman Damian Lewis. They catch up, but he says, "Get off of me," as he gets into the end zone. The Titans offense has yet to see the football. They trailed this game 14-0 and never got much better for them after that. Carolina wins in a laugher, 38-14. There's something about the Panthers being an 8-8 team that gets their spark going in Imperialism. They've made the title game that way twice and have won it once. Could that happen again? They will take over the territory of the Tennessee Titans, and we whittle this field down to 9 teams. The Panthers are getting right back on the field, but they're facing a different animal this time in the Minnesota Vikings. But these Panthers can run the football. They're at the Viking 20, up by 9 in the second quarter. Jonathan Stewart takes the pitch, met by a defender, breaks the tackle, breaks that tackle, and he extends into the end zone before he goes down for the touchdown. The Panthers leap out to a 23-7 lead, and quite frankly, this game wasn't close. The Panthers ran the ball with authority, used a dominant first and fourth quarter to win 39-13. And when we say they ran the ball, that means D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart each hit the triple-digit marks. The Vikings have had an amazing run, but they're done. The Panthers will take over their territory, and this imperialism is getting a little weird. It's going to be fun to see how it all ends. It's time to get new blood on the field again. This is the St. Louis Rams, who will be heading to face the Carolina Panthers. The Rams are not only the lowest ranked team this season, they have the lowest ranking period of any team during the free agency and salary cap era. Do they stand a chance in this game? This is D'Angelo Williams breaking free for a Carolina touchdown as time is set to expire on this game. I'm just going to let this score sit here for you to look at. The final score of this game is St. Louis 6, Carolina 77. Let's get this part out of the way first. The Panthers will take over the Rams' territory. This here sets not only an imperialism record of 77 points scored in a game, it would also have set the NFL record for most points scored in a game. The 71-point victory would not be an NFL record, but is certainly an imperialism record. The Panthers are certainly on a roll right now. We're going to head back to the field here. The wheel lands on the Dallas Cowboys. They go slightly to the northeast, a little further northeast. They would have hit the territory of the Chiefs. Instead, they're heading to the desert to play the Cardinals. We're tied at 7 in the third quarter. The Cowboys are on the move from their own 17-yard line. Jason Witten makes this catch, steamrolls a tackler, and gets into the end zone, giving Dallas a 14-7 lead. This has been a tight-to-the-vest game, and that is still the score in the fourth quarter. Arizona faces a 4th and 15. Kurt Warner is going to look for his number one guy, Larry Fitzgerald, but it's knocked away. The Cardinal defense gets it back. Now with 1:42, it's fourth down again. Warner is going to go to Fitzgerald. It's knocked away again. Dallas takes over. They score a touchdown late, and they get out of here with a 20-7 victory. This was a battle of two playoff teams from 2009, but the fact that the game was in Arizona makes us believe this was a slight upset. The Cowboys will take over the Cardinals' territory. We're down to 6 teams. 3 of them have won multiple games. 3 of them have yet to step on the field. We went through a lot of expansion, but we're finally getting the Super Bowl champion and number 1 ranked Saints on the field. They're going to be heading to Dallas to face the Cowboys. In the 2009 season, the Saints started the season 13-0. They took that first loss against Dallas. Might history repeat itself? Let's get on the field and find out. Marcus Colston was absolutely terrorizing the Cowboys in the first half. He scored these 2 touchdowns, which then led to this Pierre Thomas touchdown where he just gets by the defense to score. Late in the first half, the Saints have taken a commanding 24-3 lead. Now it's late in the first half, but there's still a little bit of time left. Dallas has it at their own 45-yard line. Tony Romo fires deep to Roy Williams. He'll make the catch, get down to the 18. That leads to a field goal. It only makes it 24-6, but it gets the Cowboys in the gear. This run up the middle by Marion Barber, what a great play by him, is a touchdown. They go for 2 and miss, but then Barber comes back and scores this touchdown. So the Cowboys have now scored 16 consecutive points. This game has gone from 24-3 to 24-19. The Saints need to get their offense going. They haven't done anything here in the second half. Drew Brees throws to Devery Henderson. That'll get him into gear. He gets down inside the 20-yard line. Minimal gains on 1st and 2nd. It's now 3rd and 7. They're going to hand it off to Pierre Thomas, but the Cowboys meet him. That's going to bring John Carney out for a 32-yard field goal. He rushes the kick, but he makes it. So it's 27-19. The Cowboys have methodically moved the ball down to the Saint 46-yard line. They're going back to Marion Barber. He breaks a tackle, gets down at the 38-yard line. 1:10 is now left in the game. They're going to Barber again. He's going to get the first down. They're going to make sure this is the final drive of the game. We have now ticked down to under a minute to go, 53 seconds. From the 32, all that running to Barber, sets up this pass to Miles Austin. He will dive and make the catch with 36 seconds left on the clock. Dallas trailed 24-3. They're now down by 2 points, and naturally they're going to go for 2, try to make up for the one they missed earlier to tie this game. Dallas is lined up with 4 wide. The Saints are crowding the line. Romo's going to try to run it, but Jonathan Vilma is going to make the stop. So now Dallas has to kick it onside. The ball's loose. They have a chance at it, but Reggie Bush makes the recovery, and the Saints survive, winning this game 27-25. What a thriller that game was. But in the end, the champs stand tall. They will take over the Cowboys' territory, and we're 4 games away from crowning the 2009 Imperialism champion. Of our remaining 5 teams, 3 of them are from the NFC South. 2 of them will now take the field against each other. Atlanta goes to Carolina. We're tied at 10 in the 3rd quarter. The Falcons are at the Carolina 15-yard line. Matt Ryan, a perfect pass through 3 different defenders, is going to find Roddy White for the touchdown. The Falcons find themselves in the lead 17-10. They find themselves with the ball again in the 3rd quarter. From the 27, Matt Ryan steps up in the pocket, flips it past the defender to Michael Turner. What a clever play, and Turner will do the rest, getting through about 4 or 5 would-be tacklers. This gives Atlanta a 24-10 lead. Carolina looking to catch up in the 4th quarter. Matt Moore in for the injured Jake Delhomme at quarterback. He looks downfield for Muhsin Muhammad. He's just bigger and stronger than anybody else. He will make this catch, score the touchdown, get Carolina back into the game at 24-16, where it will stay after Atlanta blocks the extra point. They have the ball. They've driven it down to the 15. A field goal will surely put this away. But Matt Ryan's getting a little greedy, and his pass is intercepted in the end zone by the Panthers. What a wasted opportunity there. Chris Harris makes that pick, and now Carolina has a chance to get back. From their own 20-yard line, right at the 2-minute warning, Moore goes to Muhammad. He makes the catch, and he knocks 2 people over, picks up additional yardage down to the 32. That will put Carolina in striking distance, but it's now 4th and 15. Moore has time in the pocket. He looks downfield, but he settles for Jonathan Stewart. He'll make the catch, but get tackled short of the first down, and that's going to do it. Atlanta goes into Carolina and wins this game 24-16. The Panthers have had a serious knack for doing well in Imperialism during seasons where they weren't particularly great. They did it again this season, but the ride has ended. The Falcons will take over their territory. We're down to 4 teams remaining. Our number 1 ranked Saints, the number 2 ranked Patriots, a team with a winning record in the Falcons, and the bottom 5 Chiefs. It's finally that time. We're going to get the New England Patriots on the field. They are surrounded, so they have to play. The 2-time defending Imperialism champions are finally ready to defend their crown. They're heading to Atlanta to play the Falcons in a game that should sound familiar to every single football fan. Atlanta gets the ball first and wastes no time marching it into New England territory. From the 36, the short pass goes to Roddy White. He's able to run away, jump away from a tackle, and get into the end zone for the touchdown. Just like that, Atlanta has taken a 7-0 lead, but here come the Patriots. They are at their own 41-yard line. We're still in the first. Tom Brady goes to Randy Moss, makes the catch at the 42, and picks up a lot of yards after, about another 25 after the fact. On the very next play, from the 17-yard line, Brady's going to look downfield for Kevin Falk, and he's going to pick up right where he left off in last season's Imperialism, scoring this touchdown, tying the game up at 7 apiece. It got defensive after this. Now we're heading toward the end of the first half. Matt Ryan is going to once again look for Roddy White. He's going to pick up some good yardage, get him down into field goal range. But the Falcons take a sack on the next play, a recurring theme in this game. Now out of field goal range, Matt Ryan is going to look short to Michael Jenkins. He's going to get him back into range, but the clock expires. It's still 7-7. New England have it deep in their own territory. At 3rd and 16, the out goes to Benjamin Watson, but they're going to hold him up short. Both teams are missing opportunities. It's still tied at 7. Late in the third quarter, Atlanta has it at the New England 13. Ryan goes to Michael Jenkins, a diving touchdown catch. We have our first score since the first quarter as the third quarter expires. It's 14-7 Atlanta. The Patriots receive this next kickoff. Lawrence Maroney cuts in, cuts out, and picks up a lot of good yards, giving New England a short field. It's 3rd and 1 from the 35-yard line. Brady is going to go to Julian Edelman. What a great catch by Edelman. In for the injured Randy Moss. That'll give Falcon fans some nightmares. They've now moved it to the 8-yard line. Out of the shotgun, the delayed handoff goes to Kevin Falk. He's into the end zone for the second time in this game, and seemingly the 50th time in the last 2 Imperialisms. This game is now tied up at 14. Atlanta has driven it to their own 45. 2:47 to go. Matt Ryan's going to take off scrambling, but Gerard Mayo forces the ball loose, and the Patriots recover and give their offense another short field. They pick up at the 34-yard line. First play after the turnover. Brady looks downfield. It's for Kevin Falk. What else can be said about this man? He makes the diving catch for the touchdown, his 3rd of the game. It's 21-14. Can Atlanta now make a comeback on the Patriots? On 3rd and 11, the handoff goes to Michael Turner. Maybe try to pick up a more manageable 4th down, but Turner has other ideas, breaks several tackles. They get him down at the 31-yard line. That was very unexpected, but here they are. 1:07 left in the game. Matt Ryan goes to Tony Gonzalez, makes the catch in traffic. We're under a minute to go. It's 1st and goal. 50 seconds, in fact, to go. The Patriots crowd the line. The Falcons check into a pass play. Ryan goes for Roddy White, but the defense recovers quickly. It's now 2nd down. Out of the shotgun. Ryan will get taken down again. This is Ty Warren's 3rd sack. The Patriots' 7th of the game. 3rd and goal from the 16. Short pass is going to go to Roddy White. Makes a move. but they get him down at the 5. Here we go. 4th and goal. Can they avoid the sack this time? Ryan dumps it to Turner. He dives into the end zone, scoring the touchdown with 7 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Jason Elam for the game-tying extra point. That didn't look great coming out, but it goes in. And once again, in this season's Imperialism, we're heading for overtime, tied at 21 apiece. Amazingly, the Falcons win the overtime toss and get the ball first. After a short kick, they're set up at their own 38-yard line. The Patriots are going to back up their defense. They're going to hand it off to Michael Turner up the middle. Spins away, breaks a tackle, and he has really exploded in the second half. Gets it down to the 40-yard line. The Falcons now line up in the shotgun. Matt Ryan's going to go deep to Roddy White. It's over to defense. He catches it and will score the touchdown. He started the game with a touchdown. He ends it with one. Atlanta is able to hold on from a Patriot comeback and then make a comeback of their own. They win it in overtime, 27-21. It's getting harder and harder to come up with ways to describe these games. An incredible win by the Falcons, exercising maybe some of their demons from Super Bowl 51. They will take over the Patriots' territory. The way the map is set up here, it's likely that Kansas City will be in the next game, but that's not a guarantee. Either way, we're going to either have a bottom 5 team in the title game, or it's going to be a divisional matchup. Let's get on and find out how this is going to go down. This spin of the wheel is going to land on the Chiefs. They're going to head to the northeast, taking them to Atlanta to face the Falcons. That will place the New Orleans Saints in the Imperialism title game. Will they be facing a bottom 5 team or a division rival? Let's get on the field and play this game. Kansas City has it first at their own 37-yard line. Matt Castle swallowed up Jonathan Babineau with the strip sack. The Falcons recover and take it down to the 14-yard line. After 2 incompletions, it's now 3rd and 10. This pitch is going to go to Michael Turner. He's looking to get the first down. He does, and he will get into the end zone. So the Falcons get the ball back on defense, score immediately on offense, get ahead 7-0. The Chiefs have driven the ball down the field. They're at the Atlanta 23-yard line. It's 3rd and 1, but Castle's going to look toward the end zone. This pass is thrown up and is intercepted by Brent Grimes, ending the threat, ending any kind of threat Kansas City may have had in this game. From here, the blowout commenced. Atlanta crushes Kansas City 45-0. And with that, we now have this Imperialism title game to look forward to. NFC South rivals, the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. In this, our 44th Imperialism, we are guaranteed a first-time champion. At long last, Atlanta has made the title game. This will be the 4th appearance for the Saints, and they've yet to win one. Can the reigning Super Bowl champions defend that crown in Imperialism? We need to spin this wheel and find out who's going on the attack. We spin that wheel and it will land on the Saints, sending them to Atlanta. It's time for the 2009 Imperialism Championship game. Atlanta comes out running the ball. The ground and pound is working. This is Michael Turner getting away from a tackle and getting past the 40-yard line, dragging himself close to the 30. Now they're going to run Jason Snelling around the same side. He is going to break some tackles, getting it down close to the 10-yard line. All that will lead to this direct snap to Michael Turner, who gets into the end zone for the touchdown. So in front of their home crowd, Atlanta has gotten out to a 7-0 lead. Now, New Orleans has a dynamic offense. They're bringing it out and getting it past midfield. Drew Brees stands in the shotgun. Quickly goes to Marcus Colston. He is getting out past the 20, close to the 10-yard line. The Saints have now gone to 3rd and 13. The Falcons bring the defense up The Saints are going to throw into the rush. Reggie Bush makes the catch, stopped short of the first down. John Carney on 4th and very short kicks the field goal. It's now 7-3. Atlanta continues to take several sacks. This one from Charles Grant ended a drive. They got it back, and now this one from Will Smith will end that drive. New Orleans' offense finally takes the look advantage. Only 31 seconds left in the half. Pierre Thomas goes around left end, gets some good yardage. This will set up an easier field goal for John Carney. This is going to be from 35 yards away to cut the lead down to 1. Carney gets it up, but he misses. So it's still 7-3 as we enter the second half. The Falcons open the half with the ball. Matt Ryan has time and space downfield. Roddy White has to dive to make the catch. Had he caught it in stride, this could have easily been a touchdown. Instead, the Saints are going to get him down for a 60-yard gain. It's now 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Ryan's going to look to his tight end, Tony Gonzalez. So the Falcons get their touchdown anyway. With the extra point, they're now ahead 14-3. The Saints offense hasn't done much in this game, and we're nearing the end of the third quarter. They're just inside the 30. Drew Brees goes to Devery Henderson, makes the catch, and is able to squirt away for a few more yards. They set up shop at the 7-yard line. It's now 2nd and goal. Brees out of the shotgun, gets hit as he throws, but Marcus Colson's there for the catch. So the Saints have finally broken through and gotten to the end zone. It's 14-9. They're going to look to carry the ball into the end zone again. They're going for 2. The handoff goes to Pierre Thomas. He's held up. So 14-9 it remains. The Falcons now in the fourth quarter from the 29 of New Orleans. Matt Ryan has time, but he takes yet another sack. This one from Randall Gay coming in from the secondary. It's 3rd and 22 at the 40-yard line. Here comes the rush. Gonzalez will make this catch, and that will set up a field goal attempt. This will be 43 yards for Jason Elam. Faces no pressure, but he too will miss. Both teams have missed makeable field goals. That would have put him up by 8. The Saints can now take the lead with a touchdown. But it's 4th and 5. They're going to run Pierre Thomas. He is going to get around the edge and pick up big yardage for the first down. 2:05 now left in the game. It's 3rd down from the Atlanta 16. Brees goes to the back of the end zone. Devery Henderson makes the catch, and for the first time in this game, New Orleans has taken the lead. They kicked the extra point, so it's 16-14. Atlanta has to start all the way back at their own 12-yard line. Ryan gets off this pass to Michael Jenkins. Nice gain of 18 yards. They're on their way. It's 3rd and 3 as they near midfield. They're going to try to run it, but Turner's eaten up in the backfield. That makes this 4th and 9. Out of the shotgun, Ryan's quick pass is knocked away. New Orleans runs out the clock, and they come from behind to win this game 16-14. And with that victory, for the first time in 4 tries, the New Orleans Saints win the Imperialism title game and have taken over the entire United States. When the New Orleans Saints made it to Super Bowl 44, it was their first time in the big game. Prior to this season in Imperialism, the Saints had found themselves in the championship game 3 times without a victory. In fact, they are the only team with multiple title game losses without a victory. Well, they were the only team. They met the Atlanta Falcons in the title game this season, marking their first appearance, and mimicking their Super Bowl win, the Saints overcame a double-digit deficit to win the whole darn thing. Here is the team they did it with. Without question, the strength of this team is its offense. Led by head coach Sean Payton, they hummed on all cylinders with Drew Brees as a point guard, distributing to a wealth of skill position talent. But none of that can get done without this incredible offensive line. Strong from end to end, and anchored in particular by one of the better guard duos in NFL history, Carl Nicks and Jari Evans. The Saints defense isn't exactly the '85 Bears, but there's plenty of talent up and down this unit. Smith was a linchpin on the defensive line. Jonathan Vilma was a sideline-to-sideline tackling machine at middle linebacker. And the secondary, particularly the safety combination of Darren Sharper and Roman Harper, brought the whole thing into balance. There were some wild scores in this season's Imperialism, with many close games and a ton of overtime games, which has made this the longest Imperialism video we've had to date. But the wildest of all these games was here in the second half, where the Panthers dropped an actual 77 points against the Rams. Carolina wouldn't win again though, as their run gave way to the Falcons, which then gave way to the Saints. In the end, the Saints only had to play 2 games, which they won by 2 points each to take down the title. Because they didn't lose, New Orleans takes the top spot in the season standings, with the Falcons right behind, and the Cardinals and Panthers right behind them. We've never uttered that sentence before. We've broken a new barrier in the overall standings. After winning that overtime thriller against the Packers, the Minnesota Vikings become the first team to hit 70 overall victories. They end the season with 72 to maintain their place at the top, while the Carolina Panthers remain low in the standings with 22 overall wins. Their win percentage would place them 4th behind the big 3 of Minnesota, Dallas, and San Francisco. Thank you so much for getting through all of this. It was a long one, but hopefully it kept you entertained. Make sure to hit all those buttons down there, like, share, subscribe, and ding that bell for all future notifications. The New Orleans Saints become the 11th reigning Super Bowl champion out of 44 to win Imperialism, exactly 25%. Their road to get here wasn't exactly arduous, but they do somewhat justify that position, as well as their #1 ranking on the season. Can they repeat as we enter a new decade? I look forward to having you all here as they defend their crown in 2010 Imperialism. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, I hope you have an awesome day.